Well, I'm going to start by asking, though obviously this sort of tale set thousands upon thousands of years ago, did you use kind of real life sort of dictators, real life figures to help craft your character to kind of give you some inspiration?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully there's a smorgasbord of nasty human beings that are there to kind of be templates for Ramsays, you know. A friend of mine, on a light note, if you can, have a light note on the subject of fascism, gave me a coffee table book called Dictators' Homes. And it's all like, pictures of inside like Saddam Hussein's home. Just the decadence and the kind of, the weird decor when you have too much money and not enough taste. Yeah. Thankfully, Ridley collects a bunch of people who have amazing taste. So the palace looks amazing and Ramses' wardrobe is something to behold,
Yeah, I mean, well, you sort of the shaved head, lots of makeup, a nice sort of skirt thing that you were wearing.
I had tons of skirts. I think I had like 20 different gold-coloured skirts.
Did you keep them?
I haven't got a single one of them, unfortunately. I have a pair of shiny patent leather, red leather boots from Kinky Boots, and every movie I do, I try and like take some token from it. And all I have from this movie is one of the swords, which is super cool. But I said to Janty Yates, the wonderful costume designer, I was like, when you've cleared those costumes, can I at least have one of something, so I can, at least go to a Halloween party one day dressed as my character or something.
Or you could wear like an amalgamation of all the different characters, like the kinky boot and a sword.
Have one thing from every movie.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, because I've got gloves from Warrior, boxing gloves from Warrior and shorts, and I've got... Yeah, I kind of like sort of steal one thing from it. I'm like a squirrel or like a bowerbird or something. I like take that, put it in my box of like memories.
Yeah. Well, Liam Neeson does that as well.
Does he?
And apparently he sold all of them and built a school. No pressure or anything. But...
He sold his stuff from his movies and built a school.
Yeah.
I think if I sold all the things from the movies I made, I could probably build a barbecue out of bricks. Liam's probably got,
Well, he's been in Star Wars, so anything like that goes for...
Yeah, he would sell a lightsaber, build a school.
Yeah. I was just going to ask, I mean, in playing a role like Ramses, how important is it for you to find some sort of compassion and some empathy towards him, even despite his highly unethical acts, to try and help you sort of relate to the character in some way?
It is important. I mean, look, yes, Ramses is a bad guy when you think his sort of ethical stance is sort of upside down to the way we should live our lives, that we should treat each other with equality. And yet, here he is building this empire and justifying the might and the power of one race and their right to subjugate another race. And in his mind, the status quo is like, it could have gone the other way. And what if we were the ones who were underneath? It's possible. That's the competition of life. Life is a game of winners and losers, and he really believes that. Yeah, but at the same time, he's still a man, and that was there in the script, this love that he has for the brother, the insecurity he feels from being overlooked as a son. And then later, when Ramses is a father and the loss of that child, they're all things that we can relate to, and yet... At the heart of it all, his insecurities and his position of power have led him to become a fascist,
And it's wonderful, well, because I mean, as somebody who you've directed a couple of shorts, and I think that you've obviously been writing as well, so you've shown an intrigue in that side of filmmaking. How imperative is it to you and helpful is it to work with people like Ridley Scott and to kind of to learn from people like that and sort of set you in good stead perhaps for the future yourself?
You're lucky if you're an actor and you have a desire to write and direct, because you get to, if you're lucky, I'm very privileged. I get to work with guys like Ridley, and this year I worked with Jeff Nichols, who I think is a wonderful young director, and Scott Cooper, and all these guys who, they're all doing it really well, and they're doing it in their own unique way. And of course, there's similarities to all directors, but some of them have their own little bag of tricks. And you get to poach that stuff, or you get to sort of go, when I make a movie, I'm gonna take a leaf out of your book in that regard, and I'm gonna take a leaf out of your book in that regard, and you collect that information, and it's wonderful. And you do it from actors as well. It's weird because actors don't often talk about their craft, but you get to work with a guy like Christian, and you go, okay, now I could sort of see how you put some of those other performances together. you know, and I could see your dedication to your work. And by osmosis, you take things away from that.
And that, I'm assuming that's Midnight Special with Jeff Nichols, because I just adore Jeff Nichols' work. Is that?
I do too.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the, you know, people to kind of keep an eye on. He's doing interesting and different things. Yeah, Midnight Special, I think, comes out later next year. It's really good. It's a really interesting piece of work.
Brilliant. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!